Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 10th. Oops. I just dropped all the cards almost, so that was close. But what else is new, right? That's why you watch me. You watch me to drop cards, but we're going to jump right in here. We're going to see what's going on in your general energies for this week in this first row. We're going to take a look and see what is if there's anything unexpected that's coming in for you in this next row. I can tell you right now, there's nothing unexpected happening in your life. So, as I always say, like I label these rows, but if there's nothing if I don't feel anything, I'm not going to like make something up. So, I feel like there's nothing unexpected. I feel like you're preparing for something clearly. Next, we're going to look at what are we doing? Oh yeah, messages from your future self in this next row here. And then in your last row, we're going to look at the good stuff that could be coming in for you. And sorry, I didn't switch it to this, but we're going to see what good stuff comes in for you in this last row. So it doesn't, those are all good cards, but even when we clarify if they're negative cards, doesn't matter. I'm also going to pull 5 main themes for the week, and I'm also going to do a personalish reading at the end, which I'll tell you what to do when we get there. But you have this hourglass card. It says, time is of the essence. It's like, what are you waiting for here? I feel like some of you, this is like another one of those readings. It's talking about imposter syndrome, which we see right here. Page of Swords looking at the 5 of Pentacles. This is like, I want to do something, but I'm stuck. 8 of Swords. I want to do something, but I'm calling attention to my weaknesses. 5 of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. There might be a million reasons why you can't do something, but there might be one good reason why you could. And that's what I feel like you need to focus on here. You have the King of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Pentacles. I kind of see this King of Swords as someone who can give you a swift kick in the ass here, Taurus. I wasn't going to say ass, but too bad. And what I would say here is that this could be like a mentor or someone you look up to. Could even just be a person in your life. And again, gender doesn't matter. It could be any gender. The King of Swords, sometimes I just look at as my mentor card, like a person. But again, it doesn't have to be like a mentor, like, a business, like a person that you pay money to. It could just be like a really good friend who has good advice. Or, it could be just a person you look up to in some area of your life. And that's kind of the feeling I get here on this King of Swords is that, I kind of feel that there could be a person or people that you look up to, and I feel tapping into that resource would be very beneficial. I'm also getting something about justice coming in for you. The King of Swords can be law and order, so I do feel there's some justice here. The 5 of Pentacles, very clear to me. I feel, he's wearing a bell around his neck. Back in the day, lepers had to wear bells around their necks so people would know when they were coming down the streets. And, basically says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. And here you go, 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles says, like, what energy do you feed? It reminds me of that story. Like, which wolf do you feed? The wolf that's full of fear, anger, hate, or the one that's full of joy, happiness, excitement, desire, success, abundance, blah, blah, blah. Again, I feel where you put your energy is going to be very important for you with that 6 of Pentacles. I feel like you need to invest energy into, like, things that make you strong, into things that make you feel abundant and all that other stuff. See, you have a plan, but, I feel like time is of the essence. Like, you're not going to, we don't live forever yet, right? And, why would you want to maybe either? But what I would say here is I feel like you have a plan, and I feel like you need to get moving with the Emperor card. This could be in business for a lot of you. With the 5 of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, see, I feel like you're actually very resourceful. She is very successful, very resourceful. She's focusing on this pentacle. She's not focused on the rabbit. The rabbit on the Queen of Pentacles represents fears and anxiety. If you've ever seen a rabbit, they're very, like, fearful little creatures sometimes, right? So it kind of says she's focusing on what she does have, not what she doesn't have. 5 of Pentacles, very simple first row here. No reason to overcomplicate it. With the 6 of Pentacles, you have the Chariot. The Chariot is a card of a victory and success, but it's also a card that says where there's a will, there's a way. So, it doesn't matter how impossible something may seem. If you want to accomplish something, you will accomplish it, plain and simple. But as I've been saying for a while, every single reading I do for you, Taurus, there's something about you needing to believe in yourself on a much, much deeper level. And that's what I feel is going on here. Next, in the area of the unexpected, again, I really don't think there's anything unexpected coming in for you. I do feel like you're preparing to make a transformation with the Temperance card. Maybe what's unexpected is that you're transforming quicker than you thought, or the transformation is going to happen quicker than you thought. The thing I like to remind people of about transformations that we undergo right now, these transformations have been happening for like 20 years. But maybe it seems like you're having overnight success or an overnight transformation, but really you've probably been preparing for this overnight success for a very long time. So is it really overnight? I would say probably not. It's probably taking like 20 years for you or something like that, but you're just getting your rewards now. And I feel like it's important to acknowledge that, because it's like if you say that you're an overnight success, you're kind of discounting all the work that you've done. And I feel like you need to honor the work that you've done. I feel like you need to pay attention to it, right? And I feel like you need to embrace it as well. You have the Temperance card, the Page of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles. Here's all the work right here. Eight of Pentacles says you've been diligently working towards pretty much one thing. He's very focused on only creating those pentacles in front of him, and he's not focused on anything else. It's a card of diligence. It's a card of mastering your craft. So I feel for a lot of you, again, you've done many years of work to kind of get to this point that you're at. You have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is a card of curiosity. Sometimes I feel with the Page of Swords, curiosity gets the best of us in a good way, almost, because he can say that we're getting curious about like a new idea or starting something new, and we kind of have to pay attention to it, and then all of a sudden curiosity takes over, and then we make something happen. And so I kind of feel that this is almost like a bug. It's like you could be having ideas to start a business or to get into a relationship. I feel that things are starting as ideas, but then they're becoming very, very real because, again, you've been preparing for it for a long time. Again, you have the Temperance card. Temperance is a turnaround, and it can represent transformation as well. Like I said, maybe what's unexpected is how quickly this seems to happen, but like I said, probably not. I really don't think it happened quickly. I think it took a long time. But when it happens, I think you're going to be like, wow, I can't believe that I've had this amazing transformation in my life. I just want to ask, can we get more information, actually? We're going to clarify this whole row, but I want to see, I want to focus the clarification into, can we get information on what this transformation is? With the Temperance card, you have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, so like changing your life in a lot of ways. Four of Pentacles, he is where he has always been. I do feel your finances improving as well, so there could be some major financial improvements. I would get prepared for that. I would get things in order. I do get like a little bit of act as if energy here as well, for whatever reason. It's kind of like you're preparing ahead of time for a success. So let's say you're starting a business, and maybe in the past you would have said to yourself, I'll get like an accountant when I make X amount of dollars, or I'll file for my LLC when I do this. I feel like instead of doing that, you're like doing things now. It's like you're preparing for success now, if that makes sense. Even before you have the success, you're creating the momentum in front of you, basically. And damn, I love that. I feel like you're creating a lot of success because of it. And again, that's exactly what I would do if I were you. If you're thinking about doing something, make it more real by like taking the steps that you would normally wait for. That's what's popping into my head. Kind of weird, but I don't know, it makes sense. With the Page of Swords, you have the Hierophant. Yeah, because you've learned. This card is a card of initiation. He has 3 levels to his crown and 3 levels to his staff right here. They represent initiation, apprenticeship, and mastery. So they represent the 3 stages of becoming a master of something. Really, it has to do with the Masons. But you have the Eight of Pentacles, another card of mastery. I feel like you're kind of at that last level. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Wands. Like I said, the years of work, right? He is burdened, but he's about to put the burden down. His home is right here. He's carrying his harvest, though. I always say, some people read this as a bad card, but to me, the Ten of Wands is a good card. He's about to have a harvest. He's about to be rewarded for all his hard work. So I feel like you are about to be rewarded for the work that you have been doing. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Gate card. It says opportunities in home. I do feel like some of you could be moving in the near future. Or maybe, again, you have Uranus and Taurus. I talk about this with you all the time. Uranus in your own sign in Taurus is all about freedom. So wouldn't surprise me if you were moving around or looking for new opportunities in other locations, or, trying to find new places to move, or whatever you want to call it. So I feel there's a lot of opportunity in moving. I also feel like there are new opportunities opening up, but you have to open your eyes because you have the Eight of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Five of Wands. This right here is blindness, these 2 cards right here. So the Eight of Swords, she is much more free than she realizes, but she just has to take her blindfold off. She could easily lean against these swords, cut her hands free, and then she could take her blindfold off, and she would be able to set herself free, but she has to do it in the first place. It's called self-imposed restriction. And here you go. Too many mysteries with the High Priestess. Maybe this is something that holds you back, is maybe just, not being able to know how things are going to go could be the thing that holds you back. Maybe you have ideas for business, but you're like, oh, I don't know if I should do it because it might not work or, whatever. I feel this is saying, no, take the risk. You have to go and find out what is behind her. She represents unlimited opportunity, and she also is a card of potential as well. There's no roof above her head, and that's on purpose on the High Priestess. No roof above her head represents the fact that whatever you want to do, it's like there are no limits. It's not even the sky is the limit. There are no limits. You can accomplish something more than you thought possible, but you have to dig into the mystery with the High Priestess. It's not just about just trusting your intuition. She also has that tapestry behind her. We don't know what's behind her. And so we have to, the trick with the High Priestess is we have to get started to see what is behind her. We have to get moving on whatever it is that we want to start. She sees the beginning, middle, and end of all situations. That crown on her head, it's 3 stages of the moon, and it kind of represents her seeing the beginning, middle, and end. So before you start something, you just need to mentally see it, the beginning, the middle, and the end, as you want it. You're not looking at it intuitively, oh, what is the outcome going to be? You're creating the outcome before it happens. That's what this whole entire reading is about. Again, like I said earlier, it's almost like this reading is saying, if you're not already doing this, you need to be building momentum in front of you by kind of seeing the beginning, middle, and end of something as you want it to go. You have the Five of Wands. You could be thinking there's competition, but as I always say with the Five of Wands, I feel that we're entering into a time of co-creation. I would also say that, if something is for you, it's for you. It doesn't matter how many people are, doing a business or doing something that you want to do. It doesn't matter how many people are doing it because, again, if something is for you, I personally believe that if it's for you, it's for you. So I would get moving on, one of your ideas here. Let's see. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you've tried a lot of things in the past, especially for those of you in work or business. It's like you've tried a lot of different opportunities or different ways to be successful. I feel like the Nine of Wands is saying don't give up. Obviously, try again. Same thing in love as well. It's like maybe you've tried a lot in love, but maybe you've been hurt a lot. But I would say, again, try again with the Nine of Wands. With the High Priestess, here you go, Eight of Pentacles. The only thing you can do is put in the work, right? I mean, it's like your only option in this reading is to take a step, is what the Eight of Pentacles says. Really, the Six of Pentacles is my step card, but you have the Six of Pentacles right here with the Chariot. It's like if you don't know what to do, take the first step. It's like, what's the first thing? What's the smallest investment? And we're not talking about money here, Taurus. It's like if you're starting a business, what's the smallest thing you can do? Could you, start a YouTube channel about the business? That's free, right? Doesn't cost any money. And you could just talk, you could just ramble, right? And people, I've told people to do this before. They're like, I'm afraid what people are going to think. I'm like, you know what? This is going to sound harsh, right? What I'm about to say. But also, number one, no one cares, right? Number two, it's like if you're just starting out, nobody's going to see it anyway, right? So it's like, why not just put it out into the universe and see what happens? And again, that might sound harsh, but it's not that nobody's going to see it. It's the fact that you're just getting started. So, if you're worried about are people going to see my first YouTube video? Well, it doesn't really matter because, it's like probably not. It's hard to get those first few views. So it's like, why not start something? With the Five of Wands, you have this Tower card. What I would tell, I do feel this is a little bit of a warning, not a big deal, but sometimes I feel like the Tower is saying hey, if you don't get moving, there's going to be a Tower moment that's going to force you to move. So you might want to get moving. Again, you have that Hourglass card that says time is of the essence. Pretty much everyone has had the Tower again this week for the second week in a row again. I think only Virgo hasn't had it so far. And I've done water and earth. You're the last earth sign I'm doing this week. So pretty much everyone's had it. And what I would say here is that there could be a global, more global Tower moments. But again, I think that's just going to happen between now and 2030. I don't know, buckle up, as I've been saying. Next in the area of the good stuff, you have this isolation card. I feel like you're coming out of isolation. Again, it doesn't matter that because this row is going to be positive no matter what. And so I feel you're coming out of isolation here, and you could be moving towards a new person if you want love. If you don't want love, I feel like you're coming out of isolation. You have the Strength card. the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. The Strength card is kind of like a card of working on something every single day. She is taming this lion. Its tail is between its legs here, but it is submitting to her. And so I feel for a lot of you, you've done a lot of work on yourself. And this is just saying you're getting paid, maybe not literally, but, you're kind of collecting your karmic debts here in a good way is what I feel. You have the Queen of Pentacles as well, definitely increasing your resources. You have the Queen of Pentacles twice. I would focus on being resourceful, which means maybe you don't need money to do something that you think you need money for. Maybe you could like trade. Maybe you could offer your services, if you have a service-based business or something, and you could trade for, different things that you need. I would be looking at all those opportunities. You also have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, this is in the area of the good stuff, so I feel like intuitively it's saying you're actually going to get moving forward on whatever you're thinking about moving forward on here. With the Strength card, you have the Judgment card, waking up. So I feel like you could be waking up to your, quote-unquote true purpose. These people are standing in these coffins, and they need to leave the coffin. The coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin represents their new life, as I always say. This card has come up a lot as well. The other thing is, whenever I get the Judgment card and the Tower together in a reading, to me, that's like the most powerful combination in tarot. It's a major wake-up call. It's not just like a tiny little one. Those two cards together are like big judgment, some sort of big judgment entering into your life, some judgment moment. So it could be anything. You could be seeing someone getting their karma. You could also be receiving karma like in a good way. So if you've been doing good deeds and, doing the right thing, you could be, finding progress. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Wands here. Seven of Wands is a card that says when you know that you're going to be successful, you will be successful. So I would just focus on those beliefs, kind of like I said earlier. And with the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Cups. Definitely new love coming in for you. I felt it earlier. There could be a water sign coming in for some of you, but it doesn't have to be. It could also be a fire sign as well, or an earth sign. You basically have everything here. So it could be love coming in. And I would say it's someone who wants to like put in the work as well. We're going to pull 5 main themes for you at this time here, Taurus. Did I say Virgo? I feel like I've been saying Virgo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyway, you have this archway card. It says new opportunity, possibilities, and paths opening up. Love it. Definitely you have that gate card. This is like very similar to that gate card. I feel like you're passing through this archway. You're being reborn into a new world, which we see with that Judgment card. You have this career card. Whenever I get one of these green ones, I always pull another one, and it says goldfish on it. It says increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Love it. Definitely an increase in your finances. This could be in career. Could be like a raise or a promotion. Again, Tower Judgment, believe it or not, could be like, again, a judgment, but the judgment could be that you're getting a raise. You're being judged fairly in work, career, business, or otherwise. So I feel there could be an increase in your finances for sure with this energy. Again, you have 8 of Pentacles twice, really good financial cards here. I would just take more steps, like I said, with that 6 of Pentacles. Next, you have this April card, and you also have this Broom card. It says new home, new attitude. So maybe next April, and yes, I'm saying April here, Taurus, because this card says April on it, and the Broom, I feel, could be saying that you could be moving in the by next spring. So that definitely could be a time frame thing for you here. I also feel, again, if you can't move, like I always talk about how, years ago, I was in this apartment, I couldn't sleep for the life of me, and I moved my bed, just moved it, and I slept like a baby ever since. So sometimes I think we just need to like move things around, change our environment. So if you're in an environment that you don't like, I would change it or do what you can to change it. Next, you have this Arrow card. It says you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. So love it. I definitely feel like you're on the right path because you have the 8 of Pentacles, which just says keep doing what you're doing. And you also have this Bear. It says danger, especially in money matters. Again, your money looks good to me. Again, these cards are a little bit dramatic anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much about this, as I always like to tell people. But I would pay attention to your finances. Again, we're entering into a weird time with money. I mean, Neptune and Pisces. As I always say, Neptune in Pisces rules anything that flows, anything that is like water. We call money currency, right? C being the key term there. We talk about money as if it's water. It is just energy. But again, I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of changes with finances in the future. So to me, it's just a sign of the times. I've been talking about this since 2017, people, right? So we're going to pull 3 cards now. feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of your question. But I'm just going to answer one question with these 3 cards as if I know what your question is. It's going to be like a personalish reading. So again, sorry, feel free to pause if you need to think of your question right now. But you have the 4 swords, the Hermit, and the 6 of Wands. Definitely some sort of success coming in for you with that 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is a card of excellence as well. I feel like this is saying it's time. I mean, literally, you know, some of the other readings I've gotten way more details. The only thing I'm getting is it's time. Whatever you're asking, I would say yes. I would get moving because clearly it's time to either put yourself out there, time to move on, time to get moving forward. I'm just getting it's time, plain and simple. So, you know, that's it there, Taurus. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.